How you doing, everyone? I'm Jesse. You haven't heard me on this channel yet, and I'm joined today with Mark or Pi, whatever you know him by.
Yeah, so it does.
Yep. So today, the whole cast for Australian Survivor Blood versus Water released, so just like insane people are going to sit down for 2.5 hours and judge them.
Pretty much.
Alright, so, I guess I'll start before we start analysizing. What do you think of this cast overall?
I mean, I liked the sorry, oh my god, that was horrible. I like the diversity this season. It's a lot more different than past seasons, so that's a nice thing.
Yeah.
How about you?
I really like it. Like you said, I think it's pretty diverse, and I also just like the twist. Blood vs. Water is probably my all-time favourite twist when it comes to Survivor, because of how much the game changes, just because of, you have someone that you love or, someone in there, so it changes up the game a lot. And, the returning players that we got, they're pretty solid. And Sandra as well, who I think is going to make this cast and this season really interesting. So, I think overall the cast is really promising.
I agree. I think it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the best season yet. I mean, this could just be my biased opinion, but that's what I think.
Yeah, I don't know how I see it so far, but I'm definitely pumped more than I normally am.
Yeah, same. So how we'll do this is we'll start with the first person on the red, and then we'll go to their partner, or that duo member, whatever you call them, and then we'll go to the next one.
Yeah, the other one. Alright, cool.
Alright, so first person we've got is Jay Bruno. I think that's his name. I'm just gonna get up. Yeah, sorry, you can go.
I forgot what show he's on, but he's on a really popular show.
I got 10 play up. He's 34. He's a drummer. A drummer from Victoria. I'm trying to see what. It doesn't say.
He's from Instant Hotel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, I think it's pretty obvious that Jay's a recruit. Nothing against Jay.
Yeah, I just hope he knows how to spell Survivor.
Well, look, I don't think we're gonna get another person who can't spell Survivor. That was Benny's specialty. But look, even though Jay is not a fan of Survivor, even though he's not a fan of Survivor, I see him. I don't know. I see him getting to at least swap, because he's going to be good in challenges, and of course, early game. That's what they care about.
Yeah, and another thing is, he's like an actor, and actors are normally pretty social.
Yeah.
Because I can talk to new people on a daily basis for like their job, so...
Exactly, and they can fake stuff.
Yeah, he'll
so.
be a social dude. For sure. And obviously the social game is like the most important part of the whole game. Like obviously there are 3 different parts, but the social is probably the most important. So
Yeah, yeah. And he says he's most looking forward to getting away from technology, so that's interesting.
Yes, okay, yeah. Considering how part of his job is, electronic technology, that's gonna be interesting to say that.
Yeah, but I think early on, I'm not worried for Jay. I see him going to at least tribe swap, so at least probably top 18 at minimum.
Yeah. Okay.
I see him being probably early jury.
He is also a drummer, even though that's not really important.
Yeah, a drummer, so I guess he's also a musician.
Yeah.
A musician. I don't know.
I mean, just by looking at like his social media presence, he seemed like you can already tell he like goes to parties and shit all the time. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see him. For me, I can see him going. I think he's gonna go out right before the merge, because based on like the promos we're seeing, we haven't really got a thing with like Jay and his like duo partner.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I agree. I don't see him going pre-merge. I think that's unlikely. Unless he turns into like a Benny sort of figure, there's no way, because they're gonna need him for challenges.
Yeah. And that's what they care about early on.
Or at least get a friend survival. Indeed.
Yeah. So we'll go to his partner, Alex. So Alex is 26. He's a warehouse operator. And he's a super fan of the game. So that's good. That's what it says on his bio.
That's no, yeah. Okay, before we continue, I just want to say, Australian Survivor producers, keep it up, keep casting fans, because that's the whole reason why the show is even going on.
Yes.
So keep doing it. We want to see big players. We want to see dump, even if they're dumb moves, even if they cause like, even if like they like burn out, like cast entertain people. Like you put people on it for a reason. To let them show up why they deserve to be there.
Exactly. You gotta let people live their dream. So, I think thoughts on Alex is, I see Alex making it to merge. I don't think he's going to be necessarily a big, strong player in his group just by looking at him, no offense to him. But I do think he will be likable enough and he'll get into some sort of majority alliance. That's how I perceive him.
I mean, with super fans, it really goes either two ways. Either A, they go really deep, or B, they like try too hard too quickly and like bury themselves. So, obviously, either he's gonna go super far, or he's not gonna go, or he's gonna go super early.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because it's a fan of the show. But from what I've been getting from Alex, I don't think it's looking good for his chances. Maybe I'm a bit too negative on him, but I don't know. I feel like he's gonna play too early and he's gonna screw himself over. That's just my fear.
I mean, I can see what you mean. He does look like someone who looks like he would play a bit too early. But, I don't know, like, a lot of these, like, a few people in this cast look cracked. Like, no offense to them. And he doesn't, so...
No, true.
You know, so, I don't know. Yeah, I think it just comes
Yeah, but
down...
that might also be a worry. What if he doesn't know how to connect with people?
Yeah, I mean, if he just doesn't do much the first few days and he gets himself into a good alliance, he'll make a deep run, so...
Sure.
Anything else you've got to say, or should we go to the next person?
Good luck. Alex, that's all I gotta say.
Yes. Alright, moving on to our second duo, or I don't know what you call them. We have Kate, who is...
Young ones, that's what they
Yes.
call them. Yeah.
Kate, she's 46, she's a mum, and she's from Queensland. So Kate is with... Kate's with Andy, let's go Andy.
She's also the sister of Survivor Legend.
So I'm just reading about what's her game plan, and it says, I think my game plan is to not have a game plan. So, I don't know how she's going to do. But I mean, I guess most people don't really have a game. I mean,
Here's the thing. I mean, if you go into a season of Survivor, or even like Big Brother, whatever it is, like these types of shows, you don't know who you're going to be casted with, you don't know what type of twists are out there. Every season is different. So even though she looks like she was only casted because Andy was casted, she kind of looks like a dud.
yeah.
Even though she looks like a dud, who knows? I mean, she might become a legend. Like, you never know with these types of people.
Yeah, and also we just need to consider into the fact of physical strength, because that's really what it's going to come down to the first few episodes. And I don't know how Kate's going to go. Like, I could see Kate being an early boot, just because the tribe's not going to really need her, probably, from, like, tribe strength.
And on top of that, I mean, I know that Andy obviously wasn't the best player of all time when he played his original season, but someone who's related to someone who's played Survivor, people might be threatened by that. People might think, like, oh no, this person knows a lot about the game. For all we know, she might know nothing about the game, and then she might be targeted just because she's related to someone who does.
I mean, on her Instagram bio, she shows that she's a fan, or a super fan, so I don't know. I don't know if she's saying that because of Andy, or I don't know, you know. So,
I mean, let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
yes, let's say that she's a
What do we
fan.
have to use? I mean,
Yes.
maybe it just runs in their family. Maybe their family just, like, watches it together. And if that's the case, then good for them.
Yes.
So,
So, I think, like, I hate to say it, but I see Kate getting pre-merge. That's just me, though. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's just how I see it.
yeah, I don't want to say that either, but I just... People from what the vibe I've been getting from Kate, that those types of people normally don't go far. So,
Yeah.
I think she's gonna get pretty yucky to make the swap, to be honest. I know, like, she might be a fan of the show, but I think she'll be lucky to get, like, even to the swap. Because, I mean, I know, like, for me personally, challenges aren't that important, but for the people, for some people, challenges are extremely important. I mean, look at George last season.
Yeah.
He missed one element of his game, and that's why he lost. Because he didn't have any, like, raw strength, so...
And he quit in challenges. I think that was the only thing, he
Yeah.
quit in challenges, so... Like, I don't know why he would quit, but it's whatever. So that's it for Kate, unless you have anything final.
I mean, her hat's cool.
They all have hats on. Alright, moving on to the one and only Andy. So we already know Andy, but I'll just read it anyways. He's 49.
Andy Meldrum, yes.
He's an advertising consultant from Queensland. Now, I'm excited to see Andy play again, because he's pretty iconic, and, you know, even if he doesn't make it far, I'm just excited to see him. But, just from taking a step back and looking at what he did his first season, he didn't play that well. Like, no offense to him. He went back on his word a lot. And I think him trying to be the best player of all time absolutely screwed him over.
Oh no.
Yeah, jeez, like that doesn't work. If you're going out there trying to be the best, that does not work. So I'm hoping this season Andy doesn't be like, I'm going to be the best player ever. I'm just going to be the best version of myself. I'm going to try and be a better player than I was last season. And if he has that mindset, I do see Andy making it relatively far. I can see him making it further than he did his first season, if he plays that way. But the one concern I have with Andy is we haven't seen him on the advertisements. Just like Sam and Mark. We have not seen Andy.
Yeah.
They've hidden him. So, I don't know, maybe they've learnt from last season not to advertise all the people who are making it far. I mean, hopefully that's what they're doing.
I mean, the way I see that, I see it as there's not much content to provide for Andy. That's what I
Yeah.
see. Like, the way I see it, normally with, like, second chance, like, obviously this isn't a second chance season, but for, like, obviously there's returning players this season, like Mark, Sam, Andy, but, like, with, like, the US versions of, like, returning seasons, like Cambodia and stuff, like the big character, like the people who got development, like Spencer and stuff. Spencer, Jeremy, like all the big people who made it super far.
Yep.
Were in the promo. So that's my concern with it. Is that if he got development, that he would be in the promos. They would be showing him saying, last time I played, I kind of screwed up, but this time I'm going to do something different. We haven't seen that. Instead, we've just heard, oh, there's Andy with the green hat on. Like, what am I supposed to say about that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit worried for Andy in the fact he hasn't been advertised. But if advertising didn't matter, I think he could go pretty far. Is he going to win? No. But I could see him making first jury member, which is further than he did last season. I mean, I really want to see Andy go far, just because of how iconic he is. I want to see him go far.
I want him to go far too, but the more I think about it, the more I hear how dumb it sounds by saying, oh, he's gonna win, or he's gonna go far by, like, saying, oh, they haven't shown that him at all. It's like, he's a returning player. Why wouldn't they show him if he went far? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm extremely scared for Andy. I mean, I'm happy to make a swap, because we've seen Andy before. He tried to make moves. They didn't work out, but he at least tried to play the game. So, that's my stance on it. But yeah, I agree. I think he's going to go out early.
Yeah, I mean, the more you talk about that, the more I agree. I'm going to say Andy probably gets out in the swap. But, like, later in the swap. So, roughly around when there's 16 left or something, maybe. Because that's closest to merge.
Yeah, also, another thing I want to bring up is, you might disagree with this, but I personally think that these tribes are actually pretty even challenge strength-wise.
I agree. I think they've learnt from last season, and they've, put them. Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree. They've got some of... Alright. Moving on, we've got Croc, who is 41. He's an ex...
Michael Croc.
Yes, Michael Crocker. An ex-NRL player from Queensland. Now, Croc has probably been the person who's been shown the most with Sandra and Nina. So I think Croc will make it pretty far. He's definitely making merge. There's no doubt in my mind. He's on the jury. I could see him maybe getting, 6th place or something like... I could see him possibly taking it all the way and winning the game. But I'd definitely see him making it to the end game. And, he might get out in that end game. He might win. He's a question mark. Because he might win.
I agree. Because I'm trying to think of scenarios in any way Croc wouldn't make the merge. And the fact that I'm thinking about how he wouldn't make the merge means he's in a pretty good spot. Even though we don't know the tribe going out at all. So that does help him. On top of that, I mean, he's an athletic guy. He's been in the sporting industry for how long? Didn't he play for 20 years or
He
something?
did, yeah. I think it was roughly 20-ish years.
Yeah, that's a competitive sport, so I don't think he's going to have a problem with survival. I mean, so...
And Croc is a fan of the game.
Yes, that's another thing that I'm happy about, at least, because
Yeah.
I was so scared coming into this that we were going to just have a bunch of people who had no idea what survival was, or knew very little. But I'm happy that we're expanding our horizons, so that's good.
Yes.
With that placement-wise, though, I mean, Yeah, I agree. I think he has to get to at least a merge because there's no way they would show someone that much in like a promo who's a newbie. Like I get he's like somewhat of a celebrity, but even with that, they didn't show Gavin that much last season.
And they haven't shown Jay. He's a celebrity. They haven't really shown Khan or however you pronounce his name. So I don't. Yeah.
I agree. And they also haven't shown Sophie. She's a
Yeah, I think they showed Sophie in that first
Yeah, I mean, they
promo,
have,
kind
but
of.
not much.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the sisters. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna get to top 6. I think he's gonna get cut, like, maybe top 9, top 8. But, I mean, obviously, I'm rooting for him. Because for me, as someone who's, like, a fan of the NRL, that, like, I mean, means something to me. But,
Yeah.
yeah, overall, I hope he does well, but I think he's gonna get like 8th place. He's gonna go deep though.
Yeah.
On our strengths for a while, so yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
Alright, moving on to Crocs in-law. We got Chrissy. She's 42, a teacher from Queensland. So, she doesn't know Survivor from the bottom of her foot. That doesn't make any sense, but she doesn't know Survivor because she calls Tribal Council Tribunal, which, hey, that's actually not a bad name for Tribal Council. Losers will be seeing me at Tribunal tonight. Honestly, I'm down for that if they change the name.
Let's name it Tribunal for the memories
Yes.
of last season.
You earn it.
You don't win Survivor, you earn it, thanks Steve Willis.
So it's very clear that Chrissy's only out here for Croc. And she's on a tribe by herself without Croc. So I don't know, like, she's not making it far. Let's be serious for a second. I don't see her going first. But I do see her going around 5th or 6th. Maybe a bit earlier. But I don't see her going first.
For me, it's really hard because, like, it's really weird because of the promos they're, like, trying to screw with me. I mean, I could see her going to, like, a swap, but I don't think she's... I mean, it's pretty clear, as you said, they casted these two because of Croc. It has nothing to do with Chrissy.
Yeah.
So that, yeah. But, I mean, on top of that, I am scared for her because she was the one who was saying he's her emotional rock. And obviously, like, I get loyalty to your one, like, that's perfectly valid.
Yeah.
But if you can't, like, socialize, you can't, like, interact with other people in a way that you can with people that's, like, you've known for years, you're basically screwed. I feel like she's gonna have no social game at all. I think she's gonna be, like, just, like, everyone's just gonna be like, oh, it's Chrissy, haha, she doesn't know Survivor.
Yeah, so she doesn't like the outdoors or anything, so I think she'll just be complaining the whole time, which could rub some people the wrong way.
I don't think she's gonna really impact the season that much.
Nah, neither. I don't see it happening. So what I'm gonna say, she definitely gets out before merge. That's no question. But I'm gonna say roughly before the first tribe swap. So that's my prediction. In the first 6 out.
Okay, I'm gonna sound really dumb because I'm about to be a hypocrite. Because 2 seconds ago I said she was gonna go early. But you know what, let's just go with it. I have nothing to use except my embarrassment. So I think she might go right at the end of pre-merge. I can see her because the way, I mean, I just don't see her going before the swap at Yeast. I see her at Yeast making swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say she goes like final 14, 15. That's
Yeah.
my prediction.
That's good. I can see that as well.
Alright, go on.
Alright, moving on, we have imposter, I mean Jesse.
Whoa!
Nah, okay, so he's 22, he's a triathlete from ACT, I think that stands for Australian Central Town, a central town, I have no idea where that is. I'm so uneducated.
Whoa, okay.
Let's just say he's from... Well, everyone thinks he's from South Australia, so let's just say he's from South Australia.
No, clickbait, but okay.
But anyways, I have no idea if this dude's a fan. He doesn't say he's a fan anywhere in his bio, unless I'm blind.
Oh, didn't you read his... Oh.
I haven't...
So basically... No, okay, so basically Geordie, his brother's a fan, but he is just kind of attacking him.
Perfect.
Just so you know.
Perfect. I mean, no offense, Jesse. But let's see.
Whoa.
I mean, I
There's
see...
gonna be a rivalry for Survivor Blood vs. Water. Well, no, for Survivor Rivals.
I mean, Jesse versus Jesse, that's something. But I mean, I see Jesse making merge. I don't see him going early, simply because he looks like he's got that challenge strength. Or at least, he's going to be at least somewhat helpful around camp and stuff. And it doesn't look like he's going to play too big either. So I just see him kind of sheeping, floating to the merge. Where he probably gets taken out in jury.
I disagree. My problem is, unlike the other tribe, his tribe, like they've got the older people who are in like their 30s and shit, 40s.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, Jesse's what, only like 22?
Yeah, he's 22.
That, normally people his age who play Survivor are seen as like a joke, pretty much. That's my concern.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's obviously the tag him, so that doesn't help him at all. But, I mean, I feel like, I agree he's gonna be around for at least a second swap at merge, unless they change the format, but obviously there was 4 seasons they haven't. So, I mean, I'll just say it. I feel like, I think it's gonna go pretty much.
And I just want to point out how Jesse said that Survivor's never seen anyone like him and Geordie. Like, what does he mean by that?
Are you serious? That was so...
He probably hasn't even watched 2 seasons. He's probably watched one and then called it a day.
I have with this, I bet his brother made him apply for her, and then he was just like, oh, now I have to... And then his brother was like, okay, you have to watch it now. Stop watching the other end.
Stop watching, Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, just stop, okay?
Watch some Survivor.
Yeah, this is Survivor with an ER, not an O.
Yes.
Oh, get it right, Jesse. But yeah, no, I think that's what I have to say about him.
Yeah.
So, yep, next person.
We got his brother Geordie, who is 25,
Okay.
a landscaper from Victoria. Now, he's a fan, so that's good. Oh no, wait. It is in South Australia. A place on the west coast of South Australia. Well, they are from South Australia. Cool. Well, wait. No, wait.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure they live at different places.
Yeah, he's from Victoria, but I guess Jesse's from South Australia. Because it says South Australia in his bio.
One of them moved.
Yes, on to Geordie. Obviously he's a fan, so he's making it further. Actually, no, that doesn't necessarily mean true. But I see Geordie making it to the same place as Jesse, in terms of... if Jesse makes merge, I see Geordie make merge. but I see Geordie making it further.
Odd. Yeah, I can see Geordie going pretty deep. I mean, here's the thing. Unless like a strange survivor is just trying to trigger me, which they probably are, yes, not gonna lie, I don't see why they would say, you've never seen anyone like us, and then for like them to both go like early, or like pretty much.
Yeah.
Not even like... Like, surely at least one of them had to have done something, otherwise they wouldn't have been in the promo.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Nah, I agree. I see. I mean, Geordie's the fan, so I'm seeing.
Also, on top, the problem I have with...
You go.
Oh, alright. The problem I have with Geordie is just by the way he was talking, like... He was talking like a leader would. Like, he was talking like your coach would. He was like... I forgot what he said, but he was talking about stuff like... Where one of us will win.
Oh yeah, one of us will win. There's no doubt in my mind, or
It's
whatever
like,
it was.
if you talk like that when you're on the iron, you're like, here's the thing, we'll have not like that's gonna hurt him. Like, he can't talk like that.
I mean,
He,
I could see Geordie just being this really cocky dude, and that's why he gets like a big edit because he's so cocky.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have like a big downfall.
I mean, I see him making it to at least merge, so I don't see him not making merge. So I think he probably gets out probably early, Jerry.
Alright, so this is something I've been waiting to say for a while. So obviously this season people are like, oh, will this person vote the other one out? Okay, so the only reason why I'm starting to bring this up is because I think Jesse will be the first person to turn on his other one. That's my opinion.
I mean, that's it. That's interesting.
I don't know. For me, like... Wait, did I say... I meant Geordie. Sorry, my
No,
bad.
that's alright.
Wrong one. Yeah. From me, I'm getting the vibe that he would backstab his brother. I mean, maybe that's just me, but like...
Yeah.
I mean, if we're thinking about what... like, why would they bother showing... I mean, look, they show... Like, with the Croc and Chrissy situation... They showed Chrissy as like a joke, and they showed Croc as like an actual serious like contender.
Yeah.
But with Jesse and Jordan, they showed them like the same.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that they're gonna one of them. I mean, they were talking about how they have this unbreakable bond, but why would they say, "Oh, are they gonna turn on each other?" And then 2 seconds later say, "Oh, they have an unbreakable bond." To me, that just seems a bit fishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna turn on his brother. That's my opinion. That's my guess. Because if that's how I see them both being good characters.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I could even see Geordie being like a villain, for say, if he's like really cocky and shit. I could see him being.
Oh, I think he's gonna get an idol. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
I can just see him with the idol, like being egotistic. Not saying that he is in real life, but on show because they edit stuff. Yeah, that's what I guess.
Alright, well that's all I have to say about him.
Alright, cool. Next person.
Next up we have Sophie, who I think is actually a fan. Yeah, it says she's a super fan. So I'm glad that she's not a recruit. She's 31, a company director from Victoria. So, I mean, she's a super fan, so that's good. And she looks like she could make it relatively far. Like, I don't know, like, I don't mean to be rude, but she kind of looks like the sort of person who, like, talks a lot. So like,
She kind of does, doesn't it?
I know she could like piss everyone off if she goes like second or something. But I mean, I think as a Survivor fan, super fan, she knows not to do that. So, and I think she'll do pretty well in challenges. So I see her making it. Well, it depends. Like if she doesn't talk a lot, then I see her making it relatively far. If she does talk a lot, then she goes early. So I'm just gonna say she goes pre-merge, but in the tribe swap, just to to save myself.
Oh yeah, true. For me, I mean, she did have the self-awareness that eventually, most likely, you're gonna have to turn on your loved one, which is one of the things with like Blood vs. Water, because it's very unlikely that you and your loved one are gonna sit next to each other in the final team. So it gives you like an incentive to vote your loved one off in a way.
Yeah.
To lower your threat. Because, like, obviously, if you're singles are like, we need to target the duos. If you're the duos, or the loved ones, you're like, well, we need to target the singles, because they're gonna target us. So,
Yeah.
on top of that, like, to be honest, she's one of the only people who I, like, don't really know that much about. Like, I know she's a celebrity and stuff, but, yeah. I mean, I feel like I could see her making the merge.
Interesting. I mean, I could see it, but I could also see her going really early, so I'm just gonna put her in the middle.
I'm gonna disagree with that, and I'm gonna put her in the... I say she gets to top 6.
Interesting.
To be honest, I can see her going really far. Yeah. I don't know why. I just feel like, especially with the next, like, her partner, who we're gonna, like, talk about next, out of the two of them, I feel like she's more, like, I know, like, her sister's, like, more of a bigger fan.
Yeah.
Based on what I've been seeing. But I just feel like she's gonna go further for some reason.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I have to say about it, so should we move on?
Yep.
Alright, moving on, we've got KJ, what a name. 37.
She goes by KJ for short.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
37, she's an ex-flight attendant from Victoria. And she's also a super fan, so good on her.
That means...
Oh, her name's Kate. KJ. Kate something.
Wait, you know who else was a flight attendant?
Who else was a flight attendant? Enlighten me.
Jericho. And guess who won that season?
Who did win that season? Was it,
So,
was it Joanne or Joan, however you pronounce it?
Joan?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
I think she was the winner, right? She was the winner,
Maybe it
yeah.
was, Ben. I don't
Yeah, no, I was thinking more like, I think Adam was the winner, wasn't it? Wasn't Adam?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. Yeah, it was Adam, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, interesting.
And then, yeah, I don't
But for real,
But
so-
yeah, obviously if the flight attendants, yeah, either.
I mean, if you want to go first, you can, because I think that you have more to say on her.
Alright, well, I mean, obviously I said I feel like she's gonna go before her sister, even though I feel like she's more of a fan than her sister.
Yeah.
On top of that, I just, like, I mean, she's a flight attendant, and flight attendants are very social, people, they talk to a bunch of Karens every day, so,
True.
you have to have some sort of patience. And on the island, if she has patience, and she's gonna be able to make the right moves at the right time, ideally,
Yeah.
and then obviously she's gonna be self-aware enough to know not to piss someone off, not to say something that she shouldn't say.
Yeah. And the thing with
And
KJ...
she'll also know the basic things like don't say too hard.
Yeah.
Don't.
I was just gonna say the thing with KJ, unlike her sister, she's not a celebrity, which could be a good thing.
Oh, she's a minor celebrity.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Well, I know
I-
Sophie, but I don't know KJ, so that's something.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Because people, yeah.
But yeah, I think depending on how far she makes it, I agree with you. I see her making it further than her sister, but I see her making it probably around 8th place, maybe. That's my prediction. Maybe 8th place or 9th or something.
I don't know. For me, it's very mixed. I could see her making the merge, but I could also see her being like the 4th person voting out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna go for it. I think she's gonna make merge. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I see her making merge.
Yeah, that's what I have to. That's really all I have to say about her. But yeah, I think she'll make merge. I'm not too worried about her. I think she's definitely a contender.
Yeah. I agree. Is that it? Because we can move on to the next.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. Next we have the twins, starting with Michelle. Michelle is 33 and she's a speech pathologist from New South Wales. Yeah, so I think it's pretty... yeah, she's not the super fan. It's her sister that's the fan, so...
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah,
True.
and like, here's the thing, like, once again, no offense to her, but I think if, again, they consider challenge strength, I don't know how she does.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more fans, well, super fans out there, so maybe she has more of a chance.
Yeah.
On top of that, there's a lot more people who aren't, like, bodybuilders and stuff out there, so it's not like Janelle last season, who's like the only normal person. While everyone else is like fucking Jack Dallas.
True.
And has like a perfect life. So, that's good to know. I mean, I've been getting some weird vibes from her. I could see her going to the merge. But I could also see her going pre-merge at like a swap.
Yeah, I mean, I see her going pre-merge, personally, because, I don't know, I just think being a twin, even though it puts more of a target on your back than just being like a normal brother or sister, just because you know each other so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
And I just don't think they're going to let both of them make it to merge. And I see Melissa being able to, like, maneuver her way through more. And, like, you know. So I see Michelle going out pre-merge.
Yeah, also, she talks about being the black sheep of her family. And if she's the black sheep of her family, then she'll probably be the black sheep of her tribe.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. It's like, oh, you're like, you feel alone? Well, why are you going on an island with a bunch of strangers then?
True.
That's just kind of dumb to me, but I mean, good on her, I guess, for, I don't know, going out for an experience. But, yeah, I can see her going. I think she'll make the merge, to be honest.
Interesting.
I think she'll be one of the... I don't think she's gonna go super far in the merge, though. I think she'll be, like... maybe even, like, Jura. Yeah, that's my prediction.
I mean, on the thing it says, what's your biggest fear on Survivor? And she says, getting eliminated before my sister. So I can see her potentially trying to, like, get her sister out.
And then, yeah. Yikes. I mean, she literally said, "Oh, of course I'll throw my sister under the bus. I have to beat her." It's like, if you spend the whole time out there trying to get your sister out, you have no shot at winning.
Imagine just being on the other tribe and just being like, I want my sister out. What the hell's wrong with you?
Just like, we can't vote your sister out.
But that's all I have to say about her. I think she's getting pre-merge. I don't know where in pre-merge, but she's pre-merge.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's all I have to say about it too. I'm more excited to talk about her young one, to be honest. No offense.
Well, let's go to her then. So next up we've got Mel or Melissa. She's 33. She's a chiropractor from Victoria. So yeah, she's clearly a super fan because this is her favourite game, which is good on her.
Thanks the Lord.
Yeah, and just like her sister, I don't see her necessarily... I could see her being targeted early on for not having that physical strength, but I also think she could get herself out of the situation. Just because she's a fan, you know? She's going to be like, don't base every vote off challenges. And I think she'll have that ability to, like, throw people under the bus and stuff.
On top of that, she said she wanted to play like one of the best strategic games of all time. So,
You know who else said that? Andy.
you know,
So,
yo, is this a second coming? Oh, and she's on Andy's tribe too.
perfect. Maybe she's going to sit down with Andy and get some tips.
Yo, we're gonna have like a
That'd be perfect.
mentor student thing going on.
Perfect.
Yo, not us exposing final two, obviously.
But here's the thing about Mel. I could see her being, like, cut right before the merge, kind of like Simon. Because I don't know, like, once again, they're not going to let two identical twins make it to the, merge together. And if Melissa somehow, not Melissa, if Michelle somehow gets to the merge, clearly they cut Mel because she's more dangerous, because she knows the game.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think... That's another thing. She's more dangerous out of the two of them.
Yeah.
Like, you can... even if you just met them, she's the one who's more outspoken. She's the one who, talks more.
Yeah.
So, that's good and bad for her. On top of that, I don't know. I mean, I agree with what you said about the Simon thing, though. I am getting that sort of similar vibes from her.
Yeah.
Not that she is Simon, just that she might have the same sort of attitude as Simon, where she does okay and then she gets taken out right before the merge.
Hopefully not with two idols.
Nah, she's gonna go home with 3 idols.
Let's go for 4 idols. 4 idols.
4 idols? Yo, 4 idols and 4 advantages. Let's go.
Yes.
8 things in your pocket.
That's all I have to say about Mel. I think she could make merge, but I also see her getting the Simon treatment.
I mean, I can tell you one thing. I would rather work with Mel, but then again, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So, with most people would probably not want to work with her. To normal people who aren't fans, I think they would see her as bossy, to be honest.
I mean,
I
yeah.
hate to say it.
I mean, that's possible for sure.
Yeah, that's my prediction on her. But yeah, I think she's gonna go pretty much.
Alright, well,
As
is that...
sad as devastating as that is for me.
Yeah.
Alright, next.
We're halfway there, boom. And we're starting off with Amy. So Amy is 24, a beautician from Victoria. What's a beautician? Like beautiful? Like I don't know what that means.
I have no idea, and I hope to never find out.
I mean, if it was like a model or something, just say model. But anyways,
She looks like, I mean, she looks like someone who would do makeup.
here's the thing. I have a lot more to talk about Khan because it's been confirmed that he got like paid to come out here. So, I don't know about Amy though.
Exposed.
I know. I mean, it doesn't say that she's a fan, so I don't know. Maybe Khan got paid and they'll like bring someone along, and then they just brought Amy along, and she's never seen the show before.
Now, here's my thing. I was reading like an article where they like released the cast, and it showed Khan talking, but it didn't show it. Like it showed Amy's picture, but Amy didn't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see Amy being one of the first boots. Just because I don't think she knows the game.
On top of that, like, I mean, not to like, obviously she could prove me wrong, but she looks like one of the weakest on her tribe.
Yeah, because look what it says on her bio. It says it's on her bio, not his brother's, hers. Charming and disarming, Amy is ready to make a name for herself after living in her older brother's shadow, while Khan has a burning desire to win the title of Sole Survivor. Why is that in Amy's bio? Khan has a burning desire to win the title of Sole Survivor. What does that have to do with Amy?
Jesus Christ.
Like I just don't see a world where she does where she makes merge. I don't know. And
Yeah.
I don't know how she does challenge wise too. I don't think she'll be the weakest link, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good for her. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have to say about her. So let's move on to her brother.
Like 100%. There's no way they would have showed her.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Khan. 30, a restaurateur from Victoria. Does it talk about how he got paid $40,000 to be a recruit? Nothing? Okay.
I don't think so. Justin Tessel didn't know where Khan from. He was on MasterChef.
Yes, he's on
season-
MasterChef.
I think it was season 13. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, he's a celebrity. Australian celebrity, at least. But like, I don't know, like, he's not a fan, he's a recruit. Like, I hope he's seen the show, like, I don't know. But I also don't see Khan going out early, unless he screws himself over. Because, one, he doesn't look too bad for challenges. Two, he can cook, which they need a cook. And let's be serious for a second. Like, you're gonna overburn your rice, and you'll be like, I wish Khan was here. But, I don't know. Like, I see Khan. I mean, I'm still not sure if I see him making merge. I'm not sure. I definitely see him making tribe swap. I could see him getting potentially tribes screwed, whatever the word is. Yeah, tribe fucked. And since he doesn't know how to strategize, he gets absolutely destroyed. Yeah. Oh, here you go. His biggest fear in the game is not making it to at least tribal council. What do you mean?
What the fuck are you kidding?
He thinks he's gonna quit like day 2.
He's just gonna go on like a machete rampage.
Yes. He just starts killing all the tribe mates. He's like, I'm the sole survivor. And he's like, that's not what we mean. I mean, he's good with a knife, so.
Imagine if episode 1 starts to premiere. It starts to air, and then it's just like it pops up with like a black screen that's like, sorry, this program has been cancelled.
Yeah, and then it just shows like card with all the dead bodies around him.
That's great.
I mean, I don't know how I see him. I'm gonna say probably out before Merge though, but pretty close to Merge.
Yeah, I see him going pretty much. I mean, yeah, he does know how to cook, that is a plus. I don't think many people know how to cook. I mean, I don't know how to cook, so that definitely says something. On top of that, yeah, obviously they paid him, which, like, Australian Survivor don't pay people to be on hundreds of PR, thousands of PI. Okay, so just, like, think about that when you cast people.
I mean, I get what they mean. Like, they want to cast a big figure so people watch it. So I understand.
Yeah, but
And I think considering the amount of super fans and just fans in general we have, I don't mind seeing him as a recruit.
yeah, I don't know. That's just sort of something I wanted to bring up. But yeah, I mean, I think no. Okay, never mind. I think he'll make the merge, but I think he'll go before the merge, like the jury starts.
Alright, interesting.
Yes.
Very.
Is there a specific reason? Nope, just going with my gut.
Tries to kill tribe mates. Just imagine that's the reason he goes.
No, they voted him off. He's like, why did you guys vote me up? Because you were sharpening the machete.
It's like, whoa, we got a reward, I was gonna cook it for us. He starts cutting off that fingers.
No, wouldn't it be funny if they voted him off like first, and then none of them know how to cook?
That's what I mean, if he gets voted, I hope all of them like regret it, because I don't know how to cook. There's just like a montage of them not knowing how to cook.
You just show like 20, you just show like 11 confessionals of everyone just being like, I don't know what to do anymore.
They're like, can you bring Khan back? Is this like a twist where he comes back into the game, please?
It's like, can you make a comeback every day? Can you send him to exile? Like, what a legend.
Alright, well that's all I've got to say about him.
Yep, same me.
Alright, moving on. We've got Ben, 33, tradie from Queensland.
Celebrity, let's go.
Yes. And does it say he's a fan? I don't see the word super fan or fan. Interesting. But
He's like a casual watcher.
I see Ben.
He's a casual.
Yeah. I see Ben just being that sort of person. Episode 1, he's like, cut the weak, we need a strong tribe. Like, I see him being, like, very in control, but that could be a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. Also, obviously, I know he has a wife. If his wife, if he didn't have a wife, he would definitely get in the showmans. Just want to point that out there.
True.
And then, yeah, unless he, like, I mean, I can see him getting blindsided. I think there's no way he doesn't make the merge.
Oh, yeah, I see him making merge.
He's a big figure. There's no way he won't make merge.
Yeah, I just see him being on the jury and just roasting the final 2. That's just what I see.
Sure. I mean, I see him being like a Sean sort of figure,
Yeah.
where he like goes and Champions vs Contenders too,
Yeah.
where he like goes somewhat far, but like
And then
yeah.
I mean, if he does get cut, it's probably because of his strength in merge.
I mean, what, do you want to compete against him? I wouldn't.
Yes. Yes, nose gross.
Unless he was like my final two, like, sheep, I wouldn't want to work with him. Like, I would be like, that dude has got to go, jeez. Look at him, like, he's huge.
My neck would hurt just trying to look up at him. Like, that's probably why I'd vote him out, because I'd have neck pain. I'd have to stand like 5 meters back so we're like looking eye to eye.
This might be rude to say, but I bet when he tries to kiss his girlfriend, she has to go on their tippy toes.
He has to go on his knees.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah,
Okay.
and his feet to get out of the bed.
Dang. Yeah, true.
And he has to duck under doors.
As I was saying though, I think he's definitely gonna go pretty far.
Yeah, like, I see him, just like Geordie, I see him being a villain. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing, right? I could see his, whatever it
Him and
is.
Mark are gonna get it.
Yeah. I see whoever he's with getting out really... I'll talk about that when we get to him. But if she does get out really early, I just see Ben going on this psychotic rampage on whoever got her out. Just like death staring them every challenge. And like every time they volunteer to do a challenge, he takes them on. Like a 1v1. Starts punching them.
It's literally 6'4". That's horrifying.
I mean, not against Heath.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he kind of looks like Heath, to be honest.
It's still like, yikes. Another thing about him though is, with the site that we were reading the things from, Shay talks about her thing, but Ben doesn't say anything. It just says he's a stand out in the crowd kind of guy, but that's only because it's Cole. It doesn't actually say, it doesn't show him actually saying anything.
I mean, I could definitely see Ben only being out there to help Shay win, or Shayelle.
I mean, there was a promo, I don't know if you've seen it, but
I mean, I've seen every promo, so...
there was a promo where, he was like, there was a promo where he was like, I hope one of us wins, but I hope mainly me. Don't show her that.
Yeah. So I think when the game starts, he will turn out to be more competitive. But I also see him being like... Because he also said in one of his trailers, if she gets out, his heart will be broken or whatever. So I'm going to see him going on this big psychotic rampage. And I would love to watch that, to be honest.
I mean, who wouldn't want to see someone, absolutely use their shit?
And just gang up on one person, vote for them every trouble, even though it doesn't make sense to. Even if they have immunity, he votes for them.
So his wife goes home pretty much. He merges his just, and then he's like, who the fuck did this? And then it's just she was idled out. He rages.
Yeah, he's like, who played the idol? Tell me who played the idol. He goes over with his fist who played the idol?
No. Imagine if Khan was responsible.
I couldn't even imagine Ben versus...
He goes up to Khan and says, what the fuck did you do? Khan just pulls out the machete.
No, Khan would kill Ben.
I know.
But he wouldn't be able to chop his head off, so he'd probably just go for the waist or something.
Yeah, true.
He'd have to jump up to get his head.
No. You just see Khan jumping up, trying to match his height. That'd be great.
3 people stacked on top of each other and they still can't get his height.
Oh my god. That's great.
Okay, moving on. We have his wife or girlfriend, I don't know.
I think it's his wife. I'm just gonna go for wife and
hopefully
yes.
I wish it said what they were to each other, but it doesn't on that thing.
Maybe I'll Google it.
Alright, so Shayelle is 31. A biomedical student from Queensland. I see Shael going further than Ben, but that's just me.
Okay, so it says they're partners, so that makes me think
Yeah.
I don't know. That makes me think they're married. Okay, cool.
I mean, I see Shael going further than Ben. I don't know, I just
Oh,
do.
you do? That's interesting.
I mean, I don't know, because I think Ben's just gonna be like this big, cocky, freaking, let's get rid of the weak people. And Shael's just gonna be here like, hey guys, I'm strong, but I'm also like really calm, so yeah, just keep me around.
Yeah, true. I mean, that would be kind of funny if they were making a promo about how pissed he would be, and then he's just out, so it's like it doesn't even matter. Just that at home watching television, he's like, fuck!
I mean, I personally hope that Ben makes it further, because I'd love to see him get mad over Shael going home. I want to see him get frustrated.
I'm down for that too. I don't think Shay's gonna bring much in terms of game, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
With Shay though, I mean, she's a strong, fit woman, so I mean, she'll probably make it to at least the end of pre-merge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. Oh no, yeah, I'll say. Let me just look at the track real quick. I don't have it up on my screen. Actually, no. I'll change my. I think she's gonna go with Ford Swap. Yeah, that's completely.
Interesting. I mean, I could see her just being out in this big blind side.
I just see her going, and then it's just like. Because, I mean, they're pointing at Ben being, like, possibly pissed, and why would they show Ben talking about how pissed he is if it didn't happen?
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't do a 180. It has to be, like, 360. So, I think she gets voted off early, and then he just, like, goes shit crazy. Yeah.
Yes, he goes unhinged. But that's all I have to say about her.
Yeah, that's all I have to say too. She's one of the people I don't.
Yeah, neither.
Really
I don't know much to say.
No offense to her.
Next up, we've got a next duo, David, 51 project manager from Queensland, and you can tell that his daughter Brianna is a super fan, and he's just out here to help her.
Pretty much.
I mean, here's the thing. He's a dad. He's not gonna freaking blindside. He is not going... Yeah. He is not going to blindside his daughter, who's probably been like, Dad, I'm gonna go on Survivor one day. Dad, I'm gonna win it. He just wouldn't have it in him. I don't think.
I'm not gonna lie, he looks like an asshole.
I mean, I definitely see him going before merge. I just don't see him making merge. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say because he's not even going to care about himself in the game. He's going to be so unaware because he's just going to be worrying about Brianna all the time. He's going to be like, is Brianna safe? Is Brianna safe? And then after Brianna gets out, if she does get out early, Dave's just going to, like, quit or something. I've got no reason to be out here anymore.
I mean, here's the thing with him. I mean, if we look at what it said about him, it said he's known to be strategic. He believes in getting the lay of the land, which basically means like he's pretty forceful.
Yeah.
So, if he doesn't get his way, he's probably gonna be a total
Yeah.
dictator. So, yeah, I see him going. I'll make a bold prediction. I think he's gonna be the first one. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I actually say that, but I do see someone else being first boot, and we still haven't got to them, so I still haven't said it. I could actually see him being second boot. Because, I've got someone else the first boot. Now that you say it, I could definitely see him being, like, second boot.
I think he's gonna be one of the first three.
100%. Yeah, now that you say it, he's 100% out. That early.
Him going. I don't see him making a swap. I just don't see it. Like.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
I don't see him going first, like I've already said. But I do see him going, like, second. Or something.
Right, so it's not all you have to say about him?
Yeah, that's what I've got to say. Once again, I don't have much to say about him, either. Moving on to his girl, daughter. Brianna. Is 26.
Yeah, Brianna.
A digital producer from Queensland. Super fan, good job. Well, it doesn't actually... Yeah, it does say... Wait, does it say super fan on her bio or anything?
No, but it says it's her dream, which basically means she's a super fan.
Yes. Or maybe it's her dream to win $500,000. We don't know.
we're not 100% certain, but we'll have to see.
But I see Brianna making it further than her dad, quite obviously. I could even see if David somehow magically makes it to Tribe Swap, I could see Brianna getting him out.
Yeah, she could be like a badass. Yeah, she could.
Yeah. I mean, I personally see her making it. I can see her making it in like the top 5 or something. Like, that's just me. Like, I see her making it at least like top 5 or something.
I kind of see her as like a Hayley sort of figure.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
I feel like she's gonna definitely impact a lot of the season. At least some sort of. I think she's gonna control at least a few.
Yeah, just like Croc, I do see her winning. I could see her being a winner.
As for her turning on her dad, I mean... Alright, Jesse, I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Would you turn on your dad to win Survivor?
Yes.
No, dude. No, on a serious note, though. I mean, I just don't see... I mean, maybe. I haven't considered that before. Probably should have. I mean, I just don't see David making...
Neither. If he makes it to the Tribe Swap, yeah, like, honestly, if he makes it to the Tribe Swap, I'm mind fucked. Like, I just don't see a will.
Congrats, you proved me wrong.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, when people think of David, they think of David Gannat, so he's got a lot of work to do to make people think of him. I mean, maybe people will think of him as, like, the early David. He got out early. I mean, that's a cool thing to not go by. At least you remembered.
That's another thing. When you said David, I was just thinking about All-Stars David.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about Brianna. I didn't know who she was, but I'm telling you right now, she definitely moved. She definitely just went over half the list in my draft in the future. I can guarantee you that.
Alright, well, we only have 6 people left, 3 duos, so we're almost done. Next up, we've got Jordan. Alright, so we got Jordan and Josh, that cousins.
Josh, yeah.
Yeah. He's 29, personal trainer from Victoria. I mean, he's a personal trainer. Like, once again, he's not going out early because of the whole physical thing. I don't know. He looks like Danny. Is that just me? He looks like Big D.
He kind of does.
He does. Like, when I saw him in the post, I thought, is Danny back? Is that Big D? He's like, oh, shit. But, no.
It's like, whoa. I didn't know they would let him back.
I see this dude making it to merge. I could see him getting, like, I'm going to say, like, maybe 7th or something. Like, I see him making it pretty far.
I mean, for me, I mean, I could see him. Yeah, I can see him making merge. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a character this season, though. So, yeah.
Or he literally could just get out like Danny did, like idle screwed or whatever. I mean, it just depends.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, for me, I feel like he. No, I can see him going to. I see him being one of the first Fury members, or I see him being taken outright pretty much.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, that's all I've got to say about him. Shall we move on to
Yeah, I'm more excited to talk about
his partner? All right. Well, we got
partner.
Josh,
Not partner, but you know what?
31 pilot from Victoria. We've got another pilot. Technically, flight attendant and pilot aren't the same thing, but whatever.
The same circles.
Yes. One helps in a plane, one flies a plane.
It's a survivor thing, so that works.
See, do you know how I was talking about some people look cracked? Josh is one of them. No offense to him.
Cool.
I mean, we've already gone past a lot of cracked-looking people.
He gives me Phil vibes from last season.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
I don't see him getting out first, if that's what you're trying to indicate with the Phil vibes.
No, I feel like he looks like Phil though. I don't think he will get it out first. He looks like Phil.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I...
Yeah, if they were to cast like a double, this would be his double.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see Josh making us as far as, his partner, whatever his name was. I completely forgot. Jordan, whatever it was.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, that's right. We got a Geordie and a Jordan. That's
Yep.
gonna trip me off. I don't see him...
Hopefully one of them go home early.
Yeah, just like how you're talking about how you see Jordan making it, like, early jury or early merge, whatever you said. I see Josh actually making that early merge. I see Jordan making it a bit further than Josh.
And why is that?
Just because, I don't know, like, because of how I think Josh is going to act more cracked. I keep on using that word. He's going to be like a more crazy out there character.
Yeah, the thing with me is I haven't seen. Like, obviously we've seen them in a promo, but we only saw them running. We didn't see them actually like interact at all.
Yeah, we saw them in the in a water challenge, probably that ring one. So they probably survived the first few troubles.
I need to see them like speak
Yes.
for me to like get the full understanding of like what type of people they are. As for, I mean, I can see Josh making merch.
Yeah, I see him making merge, but I see him getting pretty early.
Pretty confidently.
Yeah. Alright.
As for like how far, I mean this is a bold statement, but I could see him getting to that top 3, to be honest.
Interesting. I mean, I don't see that, but...
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
big.
Alright. Well, is that all we have to say?
Yep.
Because now we're moving on to our final 4 people who are actually returning, except for Nina, but whatever.
Whatever, close enough.
Yes. Alright, next up we've got Samantha, or Sam. Good to see more returnees. Show me more returnees.
Sam Cash.
Do you know how I was talking about I see someone as a first boot? I see Sam as the first boot. And it's not for anything in her gameplay. It's just because it shown everyone in the trailers doing a specific challenge. It showed Mark doing it and it did not show Sam doing it. It then also showed Croc versus Mark in a challenge, which means that Sam or Chrissy must go early. And I don't see Chrissy going first. So I think Sam's the first one out due to that.
Well, I mean, who knows? is that could be true, but I disagree. I know you were gonna think I'm an idiot, and maybe you're gonna try and pick her for your draft now that I'm saying this, but she's actually my winner pick at this current moment.
Interesting.
I know.
I still haven't said my winner pick out loud, but I mean, I've got a
Yeah,
few
no,
contenders in mind, but yeah.
Oh, I have a few contenders too, but she's my winner pick currently.
Yeah.
Even though it will probably change in like 2 minutes yet.
I mean, just imagine if she got out first. And
My
just,
order changing, so who knows? Oh yeah, by the way, guys, when we do the draft, if we don't pick, if the last person wins, then whoops. Whoop. We're not fans. No. I feel really. At first, I agree with when when we were talking about it, about how she hasn't Mark has seen a lot more and stuff. I always agree with you, but thinking about it some more, looking at how fit she is and just the way she presents herself and seeing her past that season, we know Sam is a strategic player. That's already obvious.
Yeah.
We also know that she's pretty social. And
Yeah.
obviously, she does triathlon, so, and climbs for a living, so, and hikes daily, so, be a beast in those challenges, which is gonna help her thrive a lot. Yeah, she is a returnee, so saying, she's gonna win is obviously she's gonna have a big target on her back. But I think if Mark goes, I think her target lessens a lot more. Because out of the two of them, who do you think of? You think of Mark, right? You don't think
Yeah.
of Sam, you think of Mark when you think of those two. On top of that, she keeps pushing this "we're not a showman's" thing. We're not in a relationship. The honeymoon's over, and I don't get why they would bother showing that
yeah.
unless she went far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get why they would bother showing the honeymoon is over. We're not playing as a power couple. I don't get that unless she went there. So, she's my winner pick. Those are the reasons why, mainly. So, yeah.
Interesting. Alright, next up we've got Mark.
Mark Wales.
42, ex-SAS commander from Victoria. I see Mark making it further than Sam, and I see him making merge. That's the thing, I see him making merge, because obviously in the early stage in the game, when it comes down to the challenges, obviously he's going to be seen as one of the strongest, and people are going to kind of rely on him, because he's the returnee. Well, Andy is as well, but Mark's the stronger, more...
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're going to look at him as... They're going to see him as a sort of leader, which could put a target on his back. But, I see him being, liked by everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I see him making merge. I'm not sure how far in merge. I keep on saying people make merge, but, yeah, I see him making it merge. That's what I don't know how far in merge, but...
Alright,
merge.
that's cool. With me, I mean, let's be real. There's almost a 0.2% chance that he's gonna fucking go pre-merge.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no chance.
or at least he guarantees to make a swap. You're not gonna boot Mark before the swap. That's ridiculous.
They won't, yeah, no way.
Could you imagine if you wrote off all your strongest physical players in a row? That would be crap ass.
Yeah.
Spazzing every day. On top of that, he's a main provider for camp-wise.
Yep.
So that also boosts his chances. for at least going deeper in the game. I mean, I think Sam's gonna go further, but that's fine. But with Mark, I mean, I could see him making merge.
Yeah.
But also see him I could see him going, like, sort of like a Youth Toki situation, where he gets to, like, Final Four, and then he needs a win, but he uses it. Happening to Mark.
Yeah.
But what you did say about the curse event is a bit weird, so it's like, I don't know. But yeah, no, I could see him go, I'll give him, like, top 10.
Alright.
10 is what I'm gonna guess he's gonna get. Because I don't see him going super early. I think he gets to at least, like, top 14, at least. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna
Yeah.
get him that early.
Well, that's all I have to say about him.
About Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I.
Alright, and we're on to our final duo, who I know we have quite a lot to say. Sandra and Nina. Starting with Sandra. So, here's the thing, right? I think there's a lot of fans in this season, so I think a lot of people will know Sandra. Which could be a bad thing for her, of course.
No way they don't know who Sandra Diaz
I'm sorry, if you walk onto that, it's not even an island, but if you walk onto that island and you see Sandra and you're like, who's that? Get off.
Oh, get the fuck off.
Piss off.
Get out of my country.
Unless you're a confirmed recruit with $40,000, then piss off. But
Yeah, pretty much.
I see her being a big player from day one. Not as big as Russell being so cocky and shit, but I see her needing to strategize from day one, getting alliances and stuff.
Also, when he said Russell, he means Russell Hank, in case you didn't know. People.
Yes, Russell Hance, the only Russell that's been on Australian Survivor, and the biggest jerk on Survivor history. But moving on.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yes, moving on. We're not gonna say any more about Russell. But yeah, I mean, for me, Sandra, I mean, she is the queen. Last time she played, obviously, we saw the niece completely just, like, demolish her. So that was, interesting.
Yeah.
And then she quit, but we're not gonna...
I mean, I see quitting on it. Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh, alright, cool. I mean, I see there's only two ways I see things going with Sandra. Either A, she's gonna vote off her daughter, or B, her daughter's gonna vote her off. I think it has to be one of those two.
Yeah.
Because the way they're talking about, how Nina's like, I'm coming for her crown. And, yeah, there's no way. I think one of those two scenarios are happening. That's my prediction, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
As for, like, how far she goes, I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't see her making merge.
Neither. I hope she makes merge, but I don't see it.
Sandra Diaz Twine get to the merge. Come on. As if, like...
You've got to be some sort of idiot. You know?
We can all fantasize it and be like, well, I hope she makes it. She'll be lucky if she makes it to the swamp. Let's be real.
I mean, as a viewer, I hope she makes it to merge, but as a player, it doesn't happen.
As a viewer, I hope she does. As, like, a fan, I hope she does. But as someone who actually, like, studies the game and, like, knows it and plays online games, I don't think she has, like, any shot at all.
Nah, she's not winning.
No.
If she did win, I would be very shocked.
If Sandra wins, then this cast has to be one of the dumbest worse than Boston Rob.
Sitting in the shelter all day.
Imagine going on an international version of Survivor and them not knowing who you are, or them knowing who you are and them letting you get to the end. That's a joke.
Either way, it's bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I could see her going, she's going pretty much.
Yeah.
There's really no doubt about that in my head. So,
Is that it?
yep, pretty much.
Oh, final person. Thank the Lord.
Whoa. Okay. That was just
Okay, we got Nina, who's 24, accounts clerk.
Nina.
What is an accounts clerk? Anyways, from the USA.
Accountant. I think, it means like, I'm pretty sure it means she deals with money. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
I mean-
what I think it means.
I see Nina being a winner candidate, but I don't know. Like, I think she's got one of the highest chances of winning just by the promos and stuff.
I feel like they're hyping her up. Maybe
Yeah, I can
that's
see
just
that.
Me. Like, obviously, I am rooting for Nina. I've been saying that since like she was like I found out she was on the cast. But I don't know. I feel like they're hyping her up. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I think it's just normal. Like, oh, I can't believe Sandra's on. If we don't hype her daughter up, then like no one's gonna give a shit.
True. I mean, yeah, now that you say that's true. If you hype up Sandra but not Nina, then clearly, you know, something's up.
Also, another thing is, if Nina really wanted to play this game, she would have been casted already. Or like 41 or 42 or something.
Yeah.
Like, if Nina really wanted to be out there, she would have been casted season 8.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're telling me US Survivor wouldn't cast Sandra's daughter on a season? As if. They casted Russell Hance's neck.
Yeah.
There's no way they would cast her, the Queen's daughter, on a US season. If she wanted to be out there, she would be. So that's my opinion on it.
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
As for how far she's gonna go, I mean, I already said this with Sandra. I see it two ways. I see her getting taken out by Sandra, or I see her turning on Sandra.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making it seem like she's gonna turn on Sandra, but I think the opposite is gonna happen. I think Sandra's gonna turn on her. I don't know why. I just feel like,
Interesting.
why would they make it way too obvious that she's gonna turn on her mother? I just don't see it.
No, I mean,
see it being-
yeah, I agree.
it's too obvious, you know? Like, why would they? Like, this is a show where they make money. This is where they like if people knew what was gonna happen, they wouldn't watch. Even
Yeah.
though Survivor is amazing, like, you can't have stuff being predictable. You just can't. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think she's gonna go. I think she's an auto merge. Maybe
Alright.
gets biased, but I feel like she's gonna get to the merge. I think I could see her getting taken out first merge person, like first hero.
Interesting.
I
I mean, I could see that as well.
could see that happening. What
Yeah.
about you?
I mean, I mean, once again, I see Nina as being a possible candidate to win. But I also do see now that they could be hyping her up a little bit, which of course is fair enough. I see why they're doing that. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna stick with you and say Nina's probably, she makes merge, but she's probably like early or mid merge.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I mean, I just don't see her going pretty much.
Yeah,
like, there's
neither.
no way they. Like, if they would edit it completely differently if she didn't make merge.
Yeah.
They would be like, yeah, I don't see that happening.
Alright, well, now that we're done with our...
That's the cast.
That's the cast. So should we go on to a draft now?
If you want to, yeah, I'm down.
I mean, sure. I mean, we've got nothing else to do. Alright, I've got it. So, do you want to be 1 or 2?
I'll be 2.
Alright, I'm 1. Alright, I'm going to click it.
I will go my way if it's supposed to.
Alright, it landed on 1, so I guess that means I'll pick first.
Alright, well, you go first then. Yeah.
Gee, okay, this
That means I get some
Yeah, you have to, you get the short straw.
or shitty person.
Alright, for my first choice...
Yes, yeah.
For my first choice, I will select... I'll probably forget all their names, to be honest, when I'm picking. But I'll pick Croc for my first choice.
I mean, you can... Alright, but... So make sure we don't, forget who's been picked. What are we gonna do about that?
I might put my screen share on, hopefully that works. So, you're up.
Yep, okay. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna forget their names. I know, right? Thanks, Survivor Superfan over here. No, it hasn't even been 24 hours. Okay. I'm gonna pick Andy Meldrum. Why? Because I just want to see Courier, to be honest.
Damn it. Alright, interesting. Well, I'll pick, Geordie next.
No, to be honest, I picked them because I want to throw you off your game.
Alright.
I always had this plan.
Alright.
He was always number 1 in my draft. When you were talking to me about how, if you pick and I'm gonna kill you, that was my plan from the start.
I mean, you do you. I don't see Andy winning, so good luck.
Alright,
Alright, you're up.
awesome. Oh, okay, your screen's still loading. Okay, there it goes. Can you zoom in, on the table?
Come on, there we are.
Alright, cool. Okay. I'm gonna go... Okay, so my second person was, Kate. Yeah, that was her name.
Alright,
The one with blonde hair.
alright, yours will be on this side, and mine will be on this side.
Alright, cool.
Just so I can zoom it in. Kate, there she is.
I picked Kate second because, I don't know, she's a fan and I feel confident with her.
I'm gonna pick Jesse, so it's a win-win either way. It's either he wins and I win the draft, or he loses and he doesn't win. No offense to him.
Alright, not wrong. Alright, I'm gonna pick... Alright, well, I'm gonna pick, Nina, because obviously Nina is the intended daughter of a legend, so...
Alright.
And they're hyping her up, right? So,
True.
if she wins, she wins.
My next pick, I'll pick, which one's Mel? I'm just gonna say that this one's Mel. If I'm wrong, I'll switch.
No, that's, okay, mate.
I actually don't remember.
Michelle is the one. Melissa's on B.
Melissa's on blue? Cool, then I'll...
Yeah.
Melissa it is.
Damn it, fuck you, that one, seriously. No, not even joking, she was next on my list.
Well, you picked Andy, so...
Yeah, sure, undeserved.
I mean, it's
If she
interesting...
wins, though, if she wins, I kinda deserve that. No. Okay, I'm gonna pick... Trying to think. I'm gonna pick Geordie.
Who? Geordie?
Jesse's brother.
Alright, Geordie. You glitched out and said
Yeah.
it. Alright. Just because I want to see him cut and kill his tribe mates, I'm gonna pick Khan.
Oh my god. Alright, well, if we're gonna base it off that, I'm gonna pick Benny next.
I'm gonna pick David, not joking.
Because they can't be in the same team. They have to be rivals.
Yes.
You know?
And what I find interesting is that you think Sam's gonna win, but you're not picking her, so I'm taking notes of that. Next up, I'll pick Mark.
Interesting. I mean, not surprising. You've been hyping Mark up for a while now. Okay, I'm gonna pick. Wait, no. Okay, no, fuck my draft. I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm not even gonna read that stupid paper. Maybe that's dumb. I don't know. Okay. And your thing cut out. Yeah. Okay, there it goes. I'm gonna pick. Oh, Jesse.
Yeah.
You put Brianna on my team. No, Kate. Whoops.
Oh shit. Where's Kate at?
Well, I'm gonna pick her next anyway, so that's fine.
There you go. Well, you're gonna pick her anyway, so there you go.
Wait, Kate. No, I meant like the KJ Kate. My bad. This is really dumb. How they act. Okay, sorry for the confusion. And then I pick Brianna.
Alright.
Even though that's
Well,
not good enough. I wasn't gonna pick Brianna until we talked about it.
I will pick this Alex dude.
Alright, interesting. Also, I like how most of the recruits are still there. I mean, what? I didn't say that.
Am I sexist for only picking one girl so far?
Can't believe it. That's disgusting. Nah, I mean, just go with your gut, man. I'm gonna go with Sophie.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this dude, whatever his name is, Josh, I think.
Alright, no. How embarrassing for Sandra not being picked even though she's like a Survivor legend. I'm gonna... Okay. I'm gonna pick Michelle. Let's just go for it. I mean, she's like near the bottom of my list, but it's okay. I mean, I think she's gonna make merch anyway.
Well, out of these guys, I've got to pick Shael.
No. Alright. Out of them. Pick Andrew. Yeah.
Finally!
But again, yeah, I know, right? Only took most of the time to fucking pick someone.
I'm going to pick Mr. Bruno.
Wait,
Jay Bruno.
oh yeah, true. Jay Bruno. Okay, well, if I'm thinking on how you would pick, you're not gonna pick Sam because you think Sam has no shot at winning.
Well, you think that she's winning and you still haven't picked her, so I'm not sure what's up.
That makes me not want to pick her, but at the same time, if I... Well, I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't pick her because I thought I knew you wouldn't pick her. That's because you were talking about how you thought she wouldn't win. That's why I didn't pick her. I don't know. Do I really want to risk you taking her? I don't know. Gotta play it strategically. Alright, I'm gonna pick, I'll pick Sam. Okay, let's just go for it. I mean, don't want you taking my picks.
I'll pick Chrissy.
True.
Because I think out of these, yeah. Alright.
Alright. So I just gotta think then. Okay, so I gotta think which one are you most likely to pick, because then I can figure out. who you're probably not gonna pick. Interesting how you haven't picked Kate yet. That's interesting, considering how she's a fan.
I mean, you haven't picked her either, so it's interesting.
Yeah, true. But I did mine strategic. I don't know what you based yours on.
Just what we've been talking about.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna do Kate. Yeah, let's do it. And then you're gonna pick Amy
Yeah.
probably, and then I'm gonna be stuck with David. Yeah, figured. That makes sense. Oh, look at those tribes. Yo, can you send that in Discord?
Yeah, I'll even them all up and put them in their things first, and then I'll send it to you.
Alright.
Well, my draft's gonna be the yellow team because yellow's the best. And what color do you want to be?
Okay. The opposite of yellow is purple, so we'll do purple, you know, gotta have that rivalry.
Alright. Well, everyone, that is our cast assessment and draft. So there is our choices. So thank you all so much for watching. This could take forever to upload because this has gone for like 2 hours. And hopefully my storage lets me upload this or I'll rage. But yeah, thanks for watching and peace. Anything else you want to say, Pi, before you go?
Subscribe to the Epic channel, yeah.
Yeah, subscribe to this new channel. So yeah,
Peace.
peace.